I've decided that I like it in Bangkok because this is all I deserve. The disfigured beggars, the scabby dogs, the pimps, the bar girls, they would all rather be someplace else. Everybody here, except the tourists, would rather be someplace else. I would rather be someplace else, but I've never felt at ease anyplace else. Truth be told, if I love anything at all, I love it here. She's still sleeping. I have a busy day ahead of me, but never mind. It's already past lunchtime and I really need to be on my way. But my penrai, I've been awake all night and out of bed since 6, moving around quietly, trying to pack. My penrai, she slumbers, she snores. I cleared her clutter next to the sink so I could lay out my morning pills in their correct order and in an absolutely straight line above, not below, the least mildewed line of caulk between 2 rows of tile. The pills always go in order of size from largest to smallest. The pills must always be taken in even numbers, 2 at a time, in 4 gulps of water from an 8-ounce glass. As far as my life goes, this is a fairly uninvolved process. It can take me an hour to eat a bag of M&Ms because there are so many ways that candy can be counted and arranged. She's pretty gorgeous, I have to admit. I've done everything I can do to prepare for my trip without making noise or turning on a light, so now I'm just sitting in a chair watching her sleep. I can't wake her. She must awaken on her own. That's the rule. This one's name is Mai, a monosyllable which, when pronounced with a long vowel in the low tone, means new. A single brief sound that tells a story. It is a name commonly given to a couple's second or new baby. The woman who is currently holding me hostage in the Nana Hotel is the second of 7 children, as I found out last night during the empty time between sex and sleep. She's snoring again. I've noticed she snores when she's laying on her back, but not her side. That means the obstruction is in the glottis and not the sinuses. She should see a good ENT for that. But she would probably say her snoring is part of her karma and thus should not be messed with. These women have a wonderful stoic acceptance of the pain in their lives, which is fascinating to me because I have no patience at all for the slightest disruption of my equilibrium. I've got slightly more than 3 hours before my plane takes off, and that's barely enough time to do everything I need to do. I have to use exactly 4 disinfectant wipes to wipe down everything I've touched in the room before I leave. The phone, the TV, all the doorknobs and light switches, the refrigerator, and virtually every single thing in the bathroom. Many, 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 many things to do. And I can't do a single one of them if there's anybody else in the room with me. That's the rule. Finally, 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 she stretches with more intention. She yawns and smacks her lips. She lifts her head and peers around the room. First and most important thing when waking up with a stranger is to find out where he is and what he's doing. What you do. No good morning, no how are you. These women used to be so much more polite when I first arrived. They used to call a punter sir. I forgive her rudeness. My rules require me to be polite, and I cannot, under any circumstances, break the rules. Arun sawata nong, lapandiru. Yes, thank you with respect, and Uncle slept well. Just fine, I lie. Nong ja, pumi turikit yuk wani. I always ask the girls to wash off their makeup before we go to bed, and after a full night's sleep, her face is fresh and bright and beautiful. She looks down at me and places a soft hand on my shoulder. I want to respond, But the need to get the hell out of there is so strong. I sit absolutely still. She smiles, she shrugs, she turns, and she pads to the bathroom. Before she closes the door, she looks back at me over her shoulder one last time, and just barely visible in her look is, what the hell is this guy's problem? You don't want to know, sister. I like Mai quite a lot. Checking the weather at the window is something guaranteed to make me like her. Something honest and decent and normal, and most important, it's something I'm sure she's done every morning of her life. She probably saw her mother do it when she was a child, a small habit with which anybody raised on a farm anywhere would begin their day. And being privy to one of her private rituals makes me feel something for her that I believe is close to what normal people call romantic love. Know thyself, say the poets. Be thyself, say the monks. Control thyself, say the priests. Understand thyself, say the rabbis. Forgive thyself, say the therapists. Don't get me started on what my mother says. When Mai finally comes out of the bathroom, she's dressed again in the clothes she wore in the bar last night, but looks not the least bit rumpled. I've already got my bag over my left shoulder, and with my right hand I'm throwing whatever change I have on the bed for the maids. I'm obviously anxious to be away. She leans back a bit. She scrutinizes me. She's surprised by my behavior and probably a bit angry. Almost all the men she deals with are on vacation and in no hurry. If a punter is in a rush to get rid of her, it either means he's upset with her or he's anxious to go back on the hunt. Perhaps she takes my impatience for a warning sign that I'm going to argue about her price. I never do. I don't buy them out of the bars for the sex. I do this because the world needs me to do this. I do it because, however it has come to be, I'm somehow responsible for all the pain and suffering in the world. And by following my patterns, by paying attention to the rituals, maybe I can redeem myself. When she's gone, I throw myself into the necessary things with an enormous sense of relief. I attack that room. I penetrate its corners and discover all its hidden, dirty secrets. My jaw clenches and my toes curl, and it feels so good. It's primal and insistent and necessary, and it's the right thing to do. All the poisons rush out of me in a flood, and I surf the wave as long as I can. But in 4 minutes, I'm putting the last soiled wad of disinfectant wipe into its plastic bag for disposal outside in a sidewalk trash can. That's the rule. I shoulder my bag again and go out the door into the hallway. I count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let the door close itself. And as it snaps shut, the double click of the lock sounds, to my ears, like an amen.